Hi guys, Arthur here from Homeowner DIY. Guys, this is your quick tip of the week. So my air compressor here has started to develop a problem. I believe this is the switch. You see how the switch is really loose? I think there's supposed to be a spring inside. Anyways, whether the switch is to the left or to the right, the compressor runs, but it doesn't run properly. So what I think is the switch is worn out, it needs to be replaced. Now guys, when it comes to an air compressor or something that develops pressure, I highly recommend, if you have a mechanical problem, either take it into a certified place or just get another compressor itself. Don't go messing with mechanicals when it comes to pressure, because something can go drastically wrong. But in this case, because I think just the switch here is the issue, I'm going to try to troubleshoot this myself. So what we'll do now is a tools list. Alright, this is the tools list. So I have my socket set. So screwdriver, all the types of bit I'll need, channel locks, and then needle nose pliers. Guys, this is the tools list for this job. So let's figure out what's wrong with this compressor. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is flip the compressor on its side. So this model here has 1, 2, 3, 4 number 3 Phillips. So number 3 is the biggest Phillips that they have. Before taking something apart, always look at it and see what the design is, but I believe here it's only the 4 screws. So what I'm going to do is I will take them out and take the cover off. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this screw just to take the handle off to make it easier to get the top cover off. Alright, with that done, the top cover should be removable now. Alright, so with the cover removed, this is our motor. It moves freely. Like I said, the problem I'm having is with the switch itself. So looking on the inside here, the right side of the switch is what your hot is. It goes to the left side over here. It goes into the fuse and that goes to the motor. Guys, before I forget, make sure that whatever you're working on is always unplugged. I know it's common sense, it's basic, but it needs to be said. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the switch here. So one other thing is, if you need to, mark one of the wires. So the wire that goes to the fuse, which is on the left side. So if you just take apart these 2 wires, the wire that goes to the fuse is what's going to go back to the left side. I guess the other way you can look at it is the short wire will go to the left side of the switch, and then the long wire will go to the right side of the switch, or just take a picture. Okay, so for the switch, there's 2 wings on either side. You have to depress the wings in and then pull the switch out. So I use channel locks, these to compress these wings here and then pull out the switch. So here we have our switch. There's already burning marks over here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a flathead screwdriver, and I'm going to slide off the wires. So one other thing that you can take note of, you got a 90-degree connector here, and then this one is a straight one. So the straight one goes to the line side, and then the 90-degree goes to the circle. Well, I'm sure that wasn't supposed to happen. So to disconnect the other one, with needle nose pliers, I'll hold down here with my pair of channel locks. I'll separate it. Alright, so let's take a look at our switch. So that doesn't look good. It's all arced out, it's all melted here. This portion of the switch is completely gone. So it does say the information on the switch. What I'll do is I'll pop out the yellow part here, and then we'll take a look on the inside. So looking at the inside of the switch, it looks like what happened is it actually broke through the bottom here. Anyways, guys, like I said with a lawnmower or a saw, this is an on-off. There is no moderation for power or speed. So I'm sure this switch just needs to be replaced and the compressor will be back up and running. Alright, so this is the replacement switch I got. It's just a rocker switch. Alright, so looking at our two switches, it's the same design, same height, same width. It has the wings on the side. So this looks very comparable to the old switch. I don't think that this switch, or sorry, this switch here, is anything magical. It's just a typical rocker or toggle switch. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the new switch in, and we'll see if that fixes this problem. Alright, so for the switch, this is the way it was before. So I'm just going to reconnect the wires into the clips. And now the switch can go back into its housing and wait for a click. There you go, it clicks on. So I'll put the screws back in here, I'll put the handle back in, and when I'm ready to turn this thing on, we'll come back. Alright, I'm going to go ahead, turn on the compressor. I'm going to let it get up to maximum pressure. For this one is 90 pounds. Now, when you do your test, make sure that you're listening for any nuances. Does anything sound strange, or does everything sound normal? Okay, so the compressor seems to be working like it did before. It stops at the pressure, but nothing mechanical was touched on this. So in this case, the switch, I guess, wore out, broke apart, whatever you want to call it. Now, this compressor is not used all that much, so it being a mechanical issue is not surprising to me. But guys, to replace this switch cost me less than $8. A new compressor is, I don't know how much, depending on the brand and model that you get, but this is a simple, quick and easy fix that you can do on your own. Guys, that is your quick tip of the week.